Sorry about that. I got interrupted.
I was walking past her door earlier, and I heard her screaming that her room had been robbed.
Wow. Did she say what was stolen?
Not that I could hear. She just kept wailing, "My theory, my theory." I think she teaches history, or maybe a foreign language. I thought I heard a couple of French words pop out of her mouth. But don't quote me on that either. I only barely passed Spanish in high school.
Habla español?
Hardly. I'm just a humble photojournalist covering weird old mansions in the Midwest, and this place is one of the weirdest. Did you know Ezra Whitford, the original owner, shut himself away in here for like 50 years?
I wonder why he was so antisocial.
Creepy, right? I mean, did we stumble onto the set of As the Castle Turns or what? Well, you probably want to get settled. I wonder what we're going to do with ourselves while we're all cooped up in this place.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm.
I have an idea. We could solve a mystery. Wow. Okay, let's go find Jacques Brunet. There he is.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Je m'appelle Jacques Brunet. So, what brings you to beautiful Wisconsin?
Hi, I'm Nancy. I came to ski, but it looks like I'm going to have to find other ways to entertain myself. I told Mr. Egan I would bring Professor Hotchkiss her boots. Are they ready?
Yes, I fixed our boots. But you should be relaxing by the fire, sipping cocoa, Nancy. Not running errands for Dexter. Why is it you American girls never know how to separate business from pleasure?
Trust me, Jacques. I know how to take care of myself.
Yes, that is another great truth about American girls. Ciao!
That was a short conversation. Well, let's also open my locker, which I believe is 517. 5 1. Come on. 7.
The combination is 517, but it's not working.
Brilliant observation.
Nancy, comment ça va?
Dexter told me the combination to my locker, number 310, is 517. I tried it, but the locker won't open.
Dexter must be confused, because I think that is the combination for number 311. Try 311.
Tell me about these boxes you're making.
When I am not skiing, I need some other way to express myself. So voila, I make these home boxes for keeping secrets safe. I'm sure you have many secrets, Nancy.
Do you know what happened in the library? I heard it was vandalized.
Nancy, a pretty girl should not worry herself with this type of thing while she is on vacation.
But I guess he's saying an ugly girl can. That's not very nice.
It must be lonely living so far from home. Don't you miss your family?
Yes, but I am here for Isabelle, mon petit chou. She is an American studying at the university in Madison, and I've asked her to marry me.
Lisa told me you were in the Olympics. What was that like?
Disappointing, frustrating, humiliating.
Sounds like one of those valuable learning experiences you might never live down.
Oh, you said it, Nancy. It was the worst day of my life. To fall flat on my face with my family, my country, and the rest of the world watching.
I'll talk to you later.
Ciao!
That would be pretty awful. Not that I am a sports person at all, but if I were, oh, that's actually like really sad, disappointing. Let's see what's in this locker. This is not my locker. Lisa, mi amiga. I cannot read Spanish past those 2 words. That's not Lisa. That is what? Huh? Another person? What? What's going on here? Let's go talk to Lisa. Or Liesel, I suppose, if you want to go the way of Austria. That's too dark to go up there. If I can get out of here.
Hi there, how's it going?
So tell me more about the life of a photojournalist. It must be very glamorous at times.
Well, there's nothing glamorous about the pay, I can tell you that much.
There was a little mix-up with the
Bitter.
lockers, and I accidentally opened yours.
Yeah, and?
was kind of confused. I was just trying to see whose stuff was in there, and I found a bunch of IDs in your bag. They all had your picture and other people's names on them.
A savvy photojournalist always carries a couple of alternate identities, Nancy. When you're working under deadline, you don't always have time to play by the rules. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Now, in a current game, Nancy would just call some X team and they'd tell her, no, that's how it works.
I'm dying to find a way into
But
that
no.
tower. Where do they usually
It's
hide the
2001, I
entrances in
think.
weird old Midwestern mansions?
I guess I should know, shouldn't I? Too bad most of the places I've covered aren't any weirder than imitation butter. I wish you'd hurry up and find it, though, so we can check it out.
Does your job take you to exotic, far-off places?
Well, there is a lot of travel. Too bad I'm so useless with foreign languages.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Keep me posted.
Wow. She's a bland character, really. Thankfully, Professor Hotchkiss and Dexter make up for it.
Yes, hello. Is that Shock with my boots?
Actually, it's Nancy Drew. But I do have your boots for you.
Oh, good. Boots, fine. Thank you, thank you. Everything is fine. Just leave the boots at the door, please. Oh, and it seems I'm out of change. I'll just have to tip you the next time, Mandy.
It's Nancy, and I'm happy to leave the boots. But if you're not too busy, Professor, I'd just like to introduce myself properly and ask you a couple of questions.
Questions, yes, yes, and proper introduction sounds lovely, but not now, maybe later.
Well, fine. I can't believe she can open the door without typing. Very impressive.
Can I help you?
I think there's something wrong with my radiator. It hisses, and there's a clanging noise, too. Could you check it out for me?
Sorry about that inconvenience, but you're just gonna have to sit tight for a while. I'm the only one on duty while the owner's away. And around here, it seems like even if it ain't broke, it still needs fixing. Last time I checked, there were only 24 hours in a day. Hotchkiss called to report that she got her boots. But now I'm told that the light is out in the back stairwell. Could you check the circuit breaker in the basement and make sure it's working?
Yeah,
Vacation
Nancy,
this
say
is turning
that.
into.
Fine, I will go fix the breaker. Who exactly is telling him these things? And also, did he forget that Jacques is here? Because you are not the only one on duty, mister. Plus, it seems like Nancy's on duty. I just walked right past it. But first, we'll steal this paintbrush. Okay. It's that one, I think. It's in my notes, but I don't know if that's okay. That was the right one. Good. Let's go yell at Dexter for making us do some work. It's vacation after all.
Yes,
So, how long have you been working here?
a while.
I don't want to pester you, Mr. Egan,
But I do.
The radiator?
Thanks for dealing with the circuit breaker.
What?
Okay, we're really making progress here, kid. So, you go up to Hotchkiss's room and see what she wants for dinner. She's not answering her phone.
Where did your
No
indignation go,
problem,
Nancy?
boss.
That is no.
Ugh, Virginia Woolf never endured such interruptions. Who is it?
It's Nancy again. Dexter needs to know what you want for dinner.
Oh, hard to think of food candy when I'm riding the raging rapids of my theory. Oh, right now, I have plenty of pre-packaged energy globules to keep me going. But tell Baxter that I am developing a powerful craving for couscous. Yes, couscous for dinner would be splendid. I'll have a nice tip for you next time, Fanny.
Couscous is actually really good. I've had it before. I can see why she wants that.
Yes.
The professor says she has a hankering for, couscous.
Couscous? Never heard of it. Tell her to order something off the menu.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Alrighty then.
Well, I can see Nancy's his personal assistant.
Is that my couscous already?
Sorry, Professor, but there's no couscous in the house. You'll need to choose something from the hotel menu.
Well, I don't have a menu. At least not from this hotel. Be a doll and fetch me one, will you, Tata?
So I assume she has one from other hotels.
Did you get the menu?
Sure did. How about opening the door so I can give it to you?
Oh, you're a sneaky one. Just slip it under the door, please. Nice and easy. No funny stuff.
Fine.
Baby back ribs. Yes. Oh, chili cheese dog. Fried bologna sandwich. I am not usually much of a meat eater, but very well. 50 drumsticks, please. Chicken, that is. Cluck, cluck.
Sure. 50 drumsticks. Whatever makes you happy.
Rock and roll, dear.
There's a lot of drumsticks. Where'd the exit go? Okay. You make one wrong click and you're lost.
Can I help you?
The professor has changed her order. Seems she's developed an appetite for chicken drumsticks. 50 of them.
Okay then. Drumsticks we got. Oops. But I guess Jock better take that bag of chicken legs out of the freezer. Will you tell him? And then take the rest of the day off, kid. Your radiator's as good as fixed.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Alrighty then.
Are you telling me that he's giving me the rest of the day off, and as payment, he's fixing my radiator? Something he should be doing because I'm a guest, not because I helped him. And I believe I'm a paying guest this time. Nancy doesn't usually pay for her vacations, but this one, I think she did. At least she better have. Actually, she better not have, for this kind of service. And the slowest elevator in history. Other than the Deadly Device one, I think that one actually might be slower. Let's go up. Great. Well,
I'm not sure
Oh,
if I
yeah.
can make it.
probably shouldn't do that.
You.
That was like the least tense situation ever. Okay.
If it isn't Nancy Can-Do Drew, I'll get on that radiator right away. But be sure to tell Jock to defrost the chicken, okay?
I was in the elevator and it got stuck between floors. I had to climb out the top and I just barely made it up to the floor above. Do you think you'll be able to fix it?
Well, I doubt it's broken. I'll check the power switch in the basement. Glad you're okay. But don't go climbing around the elevator shaft anymore. It's dangerous in there.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Alrighty then.
Sounds like he's afraid I'll find something. But more importantly, he says he'll check it, and he won't. You have to go down here and fix it yourself, which is like, really? Also, why is that available to the public? This restaurant, hotel, place is a sham, I tell you. A sham. Oh, right. I should probably have seen if Jacques was there. Nope. There. Oh, wait. Okay. There we go.
It's stuck.
Perfect. There's a lot of stuck things here. Climb, 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 climb. Ugh, are you kidding me? What a bad day this is turning out to be.
Okay, I hear you. Darn, you crazy old man. I know you hid that thing around here somewhere. The least you could have done was left me a hint. I don't have time to clean this up.
Okay, this really wouldn't have taken that long to clean up, though. I mean, look at it. Okay, now look at it. Just put the books on the shelf. That might have taken a little while. Ooh, what's over here? Hey, look, a painting of Marie Antoinette. Sweet as the smell of fried chicken. Okay. That looks like a claw print. Also, did the person hack it away with a butter knife or something? That's not useful.
Sure is dusty.
I could use some of that dust. Hans Axel von Ferfen. Huh. Stuff about Marie Antoinette, I'm sure. Okay. It's dust for fingerprints. We can figure out this code. Going from darkest to lightest, it is 3 star 7 2. Good. That will be handy later. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A book? By Hotchkiss. Oh, wow. I've never actually read that, and I'm not going to now. Also, I don't know why, but you have to turn that to 90 degrees and then pull that lever, and then here is this thing, which is useful over here. Here we go. I believe it was -15, and 10, and 5, or -5. Yep. So all you have to do for a really annoying high-pitched sound is press those buttons. And we'll take that and turn that on. I'm stuck. Lovely. That says something important, probably. Bugs. Why? Bugs. Dexter? The young buckaroos. Certificate of merit. Best attendance. Yeehaw! Okay, seriously, who would keep a scrapbook of your child's crimes? And who would even think that is a good idea? Like, let's make a cute little souvenir book. We'll make one for when your child is good, and one so you can remember every awful thing they've ever done. That is like
There's something down there.
an awful idea. Back to the second floor. And then I have to go back to the basement because I still need to ask Jacques about the chicken legs. But I'm not taking the elevator. Okay, I think there's a staircase around here somewhere. Ah, yes.
Nancy, comment ça va?
Dexter needs you to defrost that big bag of chicken legs.
Oh la la la, what does he think I am? A sous chef?
I'll talk to you later.
Allez, bye bye.
I don't think defrosting chicken legs puts you at sous chef level. I mean, it could. I'm not actually a sous chef or know really anything outside of what Ratatouille tells you.
So what'd you find in the library?
How do you know I was in the library?
Oh, come on, Nancy. You've been on the prowl. I can tell by the sparkle in your eye.
Wow, is it that obvious? I guess I'll have to work on my poker face.
I knew it. So, what'd you find in there? Dead bodies? Ezra Wickford's icky childhood bug collection?
Actually, I did find a secret room of Ezra Wickford's, but no bodies or treasure. There were a few bugs, now that you mention it.
Really? What else? Do tell.
I think I'm going to tell her, like, everything.
I found out that Dexter actually grew up here with Ezra until he started getting in trouble with the law and Ezra disowned him. Can you believe it?
That is weird. You're such the detective, Nancy. I can't wait to hear what you find out next.
Wow.
Did you know Professor Hotchkiss published a book on Marie Antoinette?
Yeah, I looked her up on the internet. The critics panned the book. Looks like other historians think she's a real quack.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm.
And yet she can afford to stay in this dump.
Did you see I fixed your radiator?
So, did you grow up around here?
You could say that.
Did you know the original owner, Ezra Wickford, When he lived here?
You could say that.
Did you know him well?
They call it the past for a reason, okay? Because it's over.
I think I'm going to start calling it the past with caps, because
So, do you
that's
know
what he
if
did.
Ezra Wickford had a place where he liked to go and think? Someplace he thought of as a refuge?
There was a private area of the garden. Yeah. The entrance was hidden, so no one could bother him there.
Do you think I could go check it out?
Forget about it. There's nothing out there but dead weeds and crumbling statues.
Were you allowed to go out there?
Once in a while he'd bring me out there and teach me about his favorite flowers, but that was like 100 years ago.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Goodbye.
That would be like 1901.
Is that
Wow.
you, Brandy? Oh, I'm glad you're here. At the moment, my theory is rising like a magnificent souffle. I need to collect a few more ingredients, if you will, but it's a delicate situation. If I leave my room even for a moment, I fear the souffle will come crashing down in a heap.
Should we go to literal? Nah.
What do you need me for, Professor?
What I need is some information about the castle. Hard numbers. I've come to the conclusion that you are an enterprising and faithful soul. Therefore, I have decided to entrust you with this important mission. Who knows? If you succeed, I might whisk you away from the hotel business to be my personal research assistant.
Well, Professor Hotchkiss, I'm not actually in the hotel business, but I'd love to help.
Marvelous! Here's what I need to know. What is the model number on the elevator? I'll be very eager to hear what you come up with. But please, don't disturb me unless you have the answer.
How is that going to help you do anything? Is it this way? Nope. Here we are. Okay. Let's find out. 50964.
Yes, did you find the information I asked you for?
Sure did.
Good, but I need you to write it down so I don't forget. Thank you. Let me do some calculations to see if this is correct.
How's that gonna...
Eureka! If there's one thing I like in a young person, it's ingenuity. Now, I've got work to do. Time to stir the cauldron and stoke the fire. But if you'd like to talk, I'll be holding office hours in the lobby between 3 and 6 a.m. Meet me then.
Wow. I'm honored. What should I do now? I'm gonna go to my room. If I can get to it. There we go. Ah, it's fixed. And there's an oil can. Very useful. Oh, no, wrong time. Ah. I thought that said 9 at night. Okay. Let's go like 1 in the morning. There we go. Do some night owl sleuthing. Sleuthing, yes, that's what I meant to say. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Ah, library key. Library key. Library key. It's not the library key. Okay. See if I remember the code. 3*7*2. Good. Okay. Now let's load this popsicle stand and never set foot in lame-o library again. I actually know I'm kidding because I do love the library. In fact, I work at one. That's very haunting. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I could get squished by an elevator. I'm probably more excited by this than I should be. But I could get squished by an elevator, guys, and I'm not going to. But...
Nancy, what are you doing here?
Don't you think I should be asking you that question?
I can explain, Nancy, but please don't tell anyone that you found me here. If I get sent back to France, my fiancé will give up on me, and I will have let down my family again.
How can you expect me to keep quiet while you go around destroying the castle? If you're willing to saw through this gate, then you must be the one who wrecked the library too.
Nancy, I had nothing to do with what happened in the library. I swear the tower holds a valuable French historical document. If I can find it and return it to France, perhaps I can make up for my failure at the Olympics.
What kind of document?
The tower first belonged to the Chateau Rochemont in France. When Ezra Wickford bought the tower, my great-grandfather was the master carpenter in charge of dismantling it and preparing it for shipment. One day, when he was working alone, he found a secret compartment in one of the walls.
Then what happened?
Inside, he found an old journal on the cover and a medallion with a stone in it. But he heard other carpenters coming, so he hid the medallion in the journal back in the compartment. Before he could get back to study the journal and return the medallion, the tower was dismantled and shipped to America. He never learned who the journal belonged to or what it said.
What happened to the medallion?
I have the medallion now, and I'm hoping if I can get into the tower, I can find the journal too. You see, he thought if he told his story, Ezra Wickford might get angry, accuse him of interfering with the project, and try to ruin his name as a carpenter. So he kept quiet.
So, how do you know all of this?
I was his only great-grandson. On his deathbed, he gave me the medallion and told me the whole story. He begged me to come here to Wisconsin to find the journal and return it to France.
You must feel a real sense of responsibility to carry out your great-grandfather's dying wish.
Oh, yes, of course. But it's not just for my great-grandfather. It is for France. The journal bore a royal seal. It must have belonged to Marie Antoinette, because she used to visit the tower during the Revolution. So perhaps it contains her confessions, or perhaps it contains proof of her innocence. Either way, the contents of that journal could change French history forever.
But how do you think the medallion fits in? What's its significance?
I have no idea. I believe whoever hid that journal must have left the medallion with it as a part of their message. But what, Nancy? Do you think you could help me? Let me show you this medallion, and maybe you'll be able to tell me what it's for.
I might be willing to help you, but you have to tell Christy everything. I'm sure she'll understand, and then you won't have to sneak around in the middle of the night, haunting the castle with that screeching hacksaw.
Okay, Nancy, I see your point. I will explain everything to Christy Lane as soon as possible. Now, will you help me? I think this medallion will interest you, and maybe you'll have some idea what it's for. It's in my locker. Will you go get it while I take care of something? The combination is 2665. I'll meet you in the locker room in a minute.
Okay, Jacques. I am intrigued. I'll see you downstairs.
Oh, you're the best, Nancy.
That's what they tell me.
How modest. Really the picture of modesty she is. Okay, let's get out. And I believe the door is right over here. So we'll go down. It's quite a story Jacques has. Jacques. 2 6 6 5. There's a oops. Well, I guess I'm out. Or no, not out.
Someone must have
Knocked out. Oh, on.
Headache headquarters. Nancy here.
Cheeky as
Nancy,
ever.
it's Jacques. What happened? Are you okay?
I'm fine, Jacques, but I'm afraid your medallion is gone.
Oh la la, you can't be serious.
I'm sorry, Jacques. I know how important that medallion was to you.
This is too much. Oh la la, unbelievable.
Well, maybe I'll call George.
George, it's Nancy.
Great timing, Nancy. Bess and I were just saying how we wish we were out on the ski slopes with you. Hang on, I'll get her to pick up the other phone. Hey, Bess, our favorite detective's on the phone.
Hey, Nancy. How's the vacation?
I guess you haven't gotten my letter. Not only do I have a blizzard on my hands, but I may have stumbled onto another case, too. The castle library was vandalized, and one of the other guests says her room was robbed.
Boy, oh boy. Have you searched the library for clues yet?
Well, that's the thing. Dexter Egan, the caretaker, says it's locked up and off limits until the police can get here. But who knows when that'll be.
That's funny, Nancy. I didn't know the phrase off limits was even in your vocabulary.
Seriously, though. Don't you think that your dad's friend, Christy Lane, would feel better knowing that you're on the case, at least until the police can take over?
She's right, Nan. I mean, who knows what this Egan guy is all about anyway? Sounds like you're just going to have to find an alternative entrance to that library.
Here I go again. Just hope I don't have to slide down the chimney.
And what about this robbery? Who got robbed?
I'm not sure. The guest's name is Professor Hotchkiss. I think she's a bit eccentric.
You mean weird?
Nutso?
A few sandwiches short of a picnic?
Okay, you guys. I just mean that I'm not sure how reliable her testimony will be.
Yeah, but she'll probably tell you something important, whether she means to or not.
I met my ski instructor, Jacques Brunet. He sure is French.
Ooh la la, those accents should be illegal.
I hate to break it to you, Bess, but he's engaged.
Now there's a real crime.
Right, Bess. Humanity is devastated.
Oh.
I met this nice woman, Lisa Ostrom.
What's her deal?
She's a photojournalist doing a story on the castle. She sure got me curious about that tower.
Oh yeah? Does she know where the entrance is?
I don't think so.
Well, keep an eye on her, Nancy. Those photojournalists are born snoopers, you know.
George, are you suggesting that Nancy is a second-class snooper? You're going to give our friend a complex.
Oh, right. Like Nancy doesn't know she's the prime minister of snooping.
Wickford wrote Dexter a
I
farewell
wish that was an
poem
actual
before he
position.
died.
The inventor of chocolate milk was a poet, too.
Yum, I could write a poem or two about chocolate milk.
It says that he hid some sort of luck charm for Dexter to find.
Where?
Something about his old thinking spot somewhere out in the garden. Funny, but I didn't see any garden when I came in.
Well, you can't exactly tiptoe through the tulips when they're buried under 6 feet of snow.
Never mind my cheeky cousin over there, Nancy. When the storm passes, you should go out and see what you can find.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Watch out for weird people!
It's kind of fun to see how all of the Bess and George voices have changed.
voicemail system. Please press 0. First message.
Yeah, Miss Troop. This is Dexter at the front desk. Can you come down when you're feeling better? I need to talk to you for a minute. Thanks.
To go to the next message. Second message. To leave the system. Please, thank you.
What a second message that was. Anyway, it's kind of nice, or I don't know, nostalgic to see the different voices who've done Bess and George. So far, there's been 2. I didn't do the ones in
Thanks for
Secret
coming
Sneak,
down.
though.
I've been wanting to talk to you. How's your head? Did you slip or what?
I'm feeling much better, thanks. But what was it you wanted to talk to me about?
It's just that when I found you out cold in the basement and hauled you back to your room, I noticed all this red dirt on your shoes. I'm just curious where it came from.
Mr. Egan, I confess, I found my way into the corridor that leads to the Queen's Tower. As you probably know, the dirt in that tunnel is very red. I hope you won't consider this trespassing.
Nope. If you must know, I'm impressed. Ezra Wickford set that secret door up so nobody would be able to find it. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with getting into that tower. Ezra told me that if I could get through the secret door, he'd take me up to see the Queen's Tower. Finally, I got into the tunnel, and when I came out with that red dirt all over me, he laughed. He was actually proud of me.
That's an amazing story, Mr. Egan. I'm glad you're not angry. I guess I'm just as curious as you once were.
I'd say you earned the right to check out the tower for yourself, but you got to get through that gate, right? There's an old skeleton key in the maintenance shed. Now that the storm's passed, you can go out and get it. But be careful. It's still dead cold out there.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
You're a trooper.
Well,
Hey there, Nancy.
I don't want to press my luck with you, but I sure would like to see Ezra's private garden. Could you tell me how to find it?
It's nothing but wasteland out there. If you're bent on tromping around in the cold, go left when you get outside, away from the shed. Look for a wrought iron gate. You'll figure out the rest.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Goodbye.
She's so cheerful. See ya, Mr. Egan. Yay! Yay, chores. I don't know. Let's go outside into the cold. Baby, it's cold outside. I don't know the song. Don't talk to me about the song. Oops. I wish you messed that. Huh. Huh. Ah, here we are. That could be interesting. Wow, that is like awful. 25 years in prison. Also, front page news. These front page news stories are not quite front page news. It's a common trend I am seeing. Aha. And wait. The Wickford. Oh, okay. I thought it said in memory of Ezra Wickford. I was like, why would he make a garden in memory of himself? Where's that other key I have? Yay! Excited music! I'm locked out. Not yet. Okay. Let's go to the mall. No. Let's go talk to Lisa again, I think. So much clicking.
Glad you came down to talk. Get this. I saw Dexter walking out to the maintenance shack with this, like, green ornament thing in his hand. He's up to something, right? Maybe you should check it out.
Thanks for the tip, Lisa. I think I will. Want to come along?
Thanks, Nancy, but you're the brainiac. I'll just guard this comfy chair and wait for your report.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Keep me posted.
Now see, that might be me, but that also might not be me. Like, if I was given the opportunity to solve a mystery with Nancy, I probably would. But at the same time, it's cold.
I'm locked up. If I don't get inside soon, I'll freeze.
You weren't going to freeze earlier. Why would you freeze now? Walk faster, rat. Move! That is a fat rat. Okay. Now, we move that. I have no idea what I'm doing. Did I do it right? No? Hey, I did it. Somehow.
What's going on out here? Is that you, Nancy?
You're staring right at me.
Come inside. It's freezing out here. What kind of a stunt was that, Missy?
Sorry about that, but I was locked out.
Well then, what can I say except good thinking?
Also, that wasn't even like a horrific stunt. Let's go yell at Lisa.
Nancy, I heard you got locked out. You could have frozen to death. So, what was Dexter hiding out there?
I don't know. It just looked like your average maintenance shed to me. So, next time you give me a hot tip, Lisa, it better come with some earmuffs.
I thought for sure I was onto something. I still think Dexter's shady. I'd keep an eye on him if I were you.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, and I still think you're shady. Ooh. That wasn't much of a burn of any type. Okay, now we're going back to that secret room because I have a key. A key. A key. I have a key. Down these things. down into here, into the dungeon. Hope those don't fall on me again. Or, no, actually, I kind of hope they do fall on me. The squishing noise is like the best noise ever. Even though that's kind of morbid, really. But I love the splat noise Nancy makes.
It's locked.
Not anymore, it's not. Okay. This one, and then that one again. This one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, apparently. Yay. Okay.
Looks like some kind of prison.
This is a really small prison. Now for this. Okay. So this I should remember how to do. You have to get all of the colored pieces into the right slots. Well, that was easy. Look for those sliding noises. Okay. Up the stairs we go. A beautiful room. Marie. Symbols. And a puzzle. Okay. I do like these. Like, they get a little annoying when you're trying to get through the game quickly, but they're kind of relaxing. Especially this one. Like, you'd think it's really hard, but it's not that hard. Comparatively, I guess. Yay. Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay. Yep. 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 Okay, what is left? There we go. Why can't we even look at it? Rude. All the way down the stairs. Through the tunnel. Back through the tunnel. Through the gate. Out this hallway. Up the staircase. Can you imagine if that was real? Walking through all of that. Okay, now that we have this fancy, fancy diary, we need to go talk to Professor Hotchkiss. Which means it needs to be nighttime. Okay, that is not a clock. She's there from 3 to 6, so we will make it 3. Wake up. And then we will go talk to her.
Nancy, dear, welcome to the witching hour. Isn't it marvelous to be up and about when others are sound asleep? I find my brain waves are at their most powerful during this time.
Yes, I happen to do some of my best work in the middle of the night,
Nice
too.
face.
So, tell me, Professor, what is this theory you're working on?
Well, you probably know by now that I'm a scholar of French history. My specialty is Marie Antoinette. Oh, poor Marie, the most misunderstood queen of the 18th century. Marie used to visit the very tower that now belongs to this castle. I'm convinced that this place holds evidence that will forever change the way the world views Marie. But the walls have ears, so I'd rather not say any more right now. Though if you're really interested, why don't you go up to my room and have a look around yourself? You've been such a great help to me, almost like an apprentice. Oh, I've always wanted an apprentice.
Oh, that's all right, Professor. I don't want to invade your privacy.
I insist. Your mind is like a ravenous monkey gobbling up every banana in its path.
Iconic.
How can I stand in the way? Here's my extra pass key. I get back to work at 6 a.m. sharp, so just make sure you vacate the premises by 5:59 and put things back where you find them. It's all scientifically organized in there.
Do you know anything about a tiara that was given to Marie Antoinette?
The infamous tiara, of course. Oh, people thought Marie had this extravagant piece commissioned for herself, and they hated her for it. But really, it was her husband, King Louis XVI, who had it made for her birthday. Oh, she didn't want it, refused to wear it, and then, a few months before the revolution broke out, the tiara disappeared.
What do you mean it disappeared?
It was never found. There were rumors that she had it destroyed, but no one has ever been able to prove this.
See you soon.
Righto!
I'm not going to give her that journal yet. I think I need to snoop her room first. Why would I knock on that? What am I doing? Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo-la. Stuff and nonsense. Lovely. Now I have all three. Okay. Play.
Testing. Can anyone hear me? Hotchkiss to Earth. Come in, Earth. Oh, okay. I think we're rolling. Now, let's get a look at these hallways. So rich in detail. You'd never know this place was built in 1920. It's all so 18th C. Oh, and there's Marie. I feel so close to her, just being here. It's as if her spirit is in the air, sweet as the smell of fried chicken.
Wonder what that was. Actually, I know what that was, but first, let us charge this. Stare at her boots. The infamous boots. Okay. Now, since that needs to charge, I will go to my room and sleep until 5. Okay? And then I will go back to her room and should be charged by then.
Oh, what's this? It appears to be some kind of peephole. But what, pray, does it peep upon? Shall I peep?
Okay.
La la, I do believe I'll peep. The beauty, the colors. So this is what Helga told me to look for. Where's my medallion? It fits! Note to self, high five Team Hotchkiss. And what's this? A message? Eureka! It says the diamond.
Good, 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 good. Let's go look at that message ourselves. Okay. Something in French, which I cannot read because I do not speak French. Ta-da! Okay. Now we run back to Professor Hotchkiss as fast as we can before she disappears.
Hello, my fellow night owl. Or perhaps I should say hoot hoot. Ooh. Did you find anything of interest in my room?
Yes.
I did pop in there, though interesting doesn't begin to describe the place. Would you mind if I went back another time?
Of course not. Pop in all you like, just not when I'm working.
What does l'espoir à ceux qui cherchent mean?
Let's see. Well, espoir is hope, and chercher is to search. Hope to those who search.
Can you translate this for me? Le diamant de misère dans mon journal.
Now, where the heck have I seen that phrase before? Well, anyway, it means The diamond of misery in my journal.
Can you tell me what this means in English? La solution se trouve dedans.
Well, trouver is to find, and solution is just like it sounds, solution. The solution is found within.
I saw a letter on your desk from your friend, the Baroness von Hanseldorf, and I'm just wondering, did the medallion she gave you have a blue stone in it by any chance?
Heavens no! Where did you hear such a thing? My medallion had a green stone in it. Anything else would be a mere imposter, a flaming faker, do you hear me?
What do you think of Lisa Ostrom?
That Leslie, yes, oh, real dynamo, but... oh, I told Chester that I would not require any maid service during my stay. I don't know why she didn't get the message.
What did you mean when you said Marie Antoinette was misunderstood?
Everyone thought Marie did nothing but spend France's money on jewels and fancy soap for herself, while her people were starving.
So,
History books have upheld the myth that she was just a spoiled and heartless brat, but I don't believe it.
Why not?
I believe that she's been the victim of vicious rumors and lazy historians for too long, and that if the real story could be told, people would realize that Marie Antoinette was actually a good woman who wanted to help her people but didn't know how.
I found something that I think you'll be very interested in. It seems to be some kind of journal. I think it was written by Marie Antoinette herself.
What? Let me see that. This is it. I've been trying to track this down for 15 years. Where on earth did you find it?
Yes, I think this could help.
Let's
prove
ignore your
theory.
question.
But you see, I need to know what it says too, because I've been...
Nancy, I must warn you. I'll wrestle you for this if I have to, and it won't be pretty.
I'm on a mission of my own, Professor, so we're going to have to make a deal. I placed a journal in your hands, you translate it for me. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely. I'll get to work on it right away. I'll have the translation ready in my room for you this time tomorrow. Until then, I mustn't be disturbed.
Well, I will just set my clock for tomorrow morning at, I don't know, 3. And we will see what she has for us. Come on. There we go. Maybe I should call Ned first. Haven't called him yet. 5, 4, 3, 5, 7. It's like a little song almost. Come on, pick up. Pick up.
Hello?
Ned, it's me.
Well, you're a sound for sore ears. Bess called me and told me your vacation is rapidly turning into another mystery. So what's the latest?
I think whatever's going on around here must have something to do with the castle's history and the tower that Ezra Wickford imported from France.
What do you mean?
It's just a hunch. I'll know more once I find my way into the tower. What's going on with you?
Ah, the usual. Just buried in books over here.
What do you think diamond of misery in my journal means?
Marie Antoinette's about the only person I ever heard of who could be made miserable by a diamond. She wouldn't actually be able to hide it in the pages of her journal, but maybe she wrote about it. Or maybe the journal tells where it is.
What do you think hope to those who search means?
Well, it's pretty cryptic. But it sounds like whoever left the message wanted to encourage the curious. Like you, Nancy.
How do you think Professor Hotchkiss ended up with Marie Antoinette's green medallion?
It sounds like Marie gave the medallion to the family of that Baroness Helga in Austria. Maybe Helga gave it to Hotchkiss when they became friends in order to help with her research.
Bye, Ned.
Bye.
That was a pretty useless conversation right there. When I was younger and playing these games, for some reason I thought that hitting the down arrow instead of the forward arrow when you're setting the alarm made you go back in time, so I always did it the upward way.
I'm so glad you stopped by. I've translated the entire journal. It's fabulous. And as an added bonus, it includes Marie's official decoder, something no one else has ever found before.
See you soon.
Ooh,
Righto.
righto, pip pip cheerio, even though you are American. Which is why she said righto, I suppose. Okay. Let's see.
I think I see what the symbols in the stained glass mean now. Let's see. Purple rose, full diamond, key of queen. But where have I seen a purple rose? And what's a diamond key?
It's a key made of diamonds, or a key that leads to diamonds. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, Nancy. Let's go figure it out, because there was a purple rose in that tower room. Get my key out. Okay, come on. There we go. Let's get back to that tower room as fast as we can. You can't catch me, I'm the Nancy bread man. That didn't make much sense. This has been surprisingly easy. Much easier than that crazed electric one from Stay Tuned for Danger a few days ago. That one is just full of tension. Okay. I don't even know why it took me so long to do that last time. It's not very hard. Click, 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 click. Okay. Here we are. Chip, chip, chip. Break historical artifact. Okay, let's see. Blue goes here. Red goes there. And green goes there. Put that in the middle. And it opens. Exciting. Much excite such diamond.
The diamond!
Woo! Will you look at that sparkly rock? And me without my sunglasses.
Hi, Lisa. How did you get in here?
I followed you, of course. Turns out a nosy, goody-two-shoes detective is good to have around after all. Now, why don't you toss me that big honkin' diamond so I can blow this popsicle stand and never set foot in lame-o, Wisconsin again?
I use that in real life
you
way
must
too
be
much.
kidding me. This diamond belongs in a museum in France.
Yeah? Well, I belong in the lap of luxury, and that diamond's gonna get me there. Hasn't anybody ever told you to mind your own business?
Oh, many times.
Well, maybe this time you'll learn.
Ah!
Don't worry. My spicy devil villain venom won't last for long. But I'm afraid by the time you get your eyes back, you'll have missed my grand exit.
So you're the one who trapped me in the elevator.
Ooh, you are a smarty pants. But let's not forget about your little frostbite incident. I'm the rotten friend who locked you outside too, you know. Just trying to keep you on your toes, Nancy. Didn't want you to get soft on your vacation.
Are you the one who conked me on the head in the locker room?
Ouch. I bet that hurt. But I had to get the medallion somehow, didn't I? I hope we can still be friends.
Her voice is obnoxious. Oops.
Why are you doing this?
Haven't you heard? It's a material world, sister, and I am a material girl. Photojournalism pays peanuts, you know, and who wants to work for a living anyway? I was made for a tropical climate, lounge chairs and cabana boys.
Why did you have to vandalize that beautiful library?
Just a little translation mix-up. When I read the message from Hotchkiss's medallion, I thought it meant Diamond of Misery in the library. Whoops. Guess I went a little overboard looking for it in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough with the questions, Nancy. You'll just have to read the rest in the papers.
I've got to
She is
stop
running
her.
down stairs in heels. That's impressive.
Help! Get me out of here! It stinks down here. It's all moldy. Darn you, Nancy Drew. You're the worst friend a diamond thief could ever have.
Yep.
Dear Dad, to think I almost became friends with a diamond thief. Everyone at Wickford Castle is resting easier now that Marie Antoinette's journal and her famous diamond are safe and sound. The journal, the diamond, and the medallions are all going to be featured in a new Marie Antoinette exhibit in Paris. And it looks like everyone will be rewarded. Except Lisa, of course. First, she missed her plane to Rio, and now she's going to be charged with attempted grand theft. Professor Hotchkiss is thrilled because the French government has granted her permission to publish Marie's journal in the U.S. before it gets returned to France. This ought to help prove her theory about Marie's character once and for all. Thanks to Jacques and his great-grandfather's efforts to find the journal, the Brunet name is being celebrated all over France. In the meantime, Jacques and Isabel have eloped. It's so romantic. I showed Dexter the poem that Ezra Wickford wrote him, and he was relieved to know that his old pop didn't carry any hard feelings to his grave. All the talk shows want Dexter to tell his story on national television, but he keeps turning them down. I guess he doesn't want to be famous or infamous. But when Christy Lane called and asked Dexter to be her business partner, he accepted. With her business sense and Dexter's expert knowledge of the castle, I think they'll make a great team. So, you know what they say, Dad? Il n'est jamais trop tard de changer l'histoire. It's never too late to change history. Me, I'm determined to go out and enjoy this snow before some other case comes up. See you soon. Love, Nancy.
Pretty sure no one ever says that, Nancy. Well, thank you for watching Treasure in the Royal Tower. I will be back tomorrow evening with the final scene. Stay sleuthy.